So are you ready for the big change? You know it's coming very soon. What does this mean to you if you're a home buyer? Let's find out next. Hey everybody, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here. You know you're a great real estate agent by your side when it comes time to buy a home, sell a home, or even relocate to the Treasure Valley. Even with all these big changes going on, I put together some thoughts about what it means to you, the buyer. And if you're a seller, more often than not, you're also going to be a buyer. So this is going to be highly important to you. We did some research, and I think you're going to really want to know what those results are at the end of this video. So stay tuned. But for now, let's take a tour around the farmers market today, and then I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I put together to tell you about. So undoubtedly, as a buyer, I know you've got some questions about the big change coming up, am I right? You've heard that sellers don't have to pay for the buyer's agent anymore. You know what? That has actually always been the case. I know they don't want you to know that, but it really has. But now that this option has been thrown like front and center, it's all over the media and stuff like that, you know, perhaps now sellers are going to say, you know what? I don't want to have to pay the buyer's agent anymore. So let's talk about how that might just work out. If that is the case, then sometimes, I mean, what are our options? Well, the buyer's agent's going to work for nothing and doesn't get paid. Or you, the buyer, is going to have to pay your agent. I think that's kind of what the media is telling everybody all about. And maybe you can. Maybe you're in a position to do that. And if that's the case, then, you know, that's absolutely great. Good for you. But if you're like a lot of people and that wouldn't work out for you, your option is going to be what? Postpone buying until you can save up some more money, or not even buy anything at all and then see where that leaves you. You could also go directly to the seller or to the seller's listing agent and buy a house without even having your own agent. How does that play out? So a pro for that would be that you don't have to pay a buyer's agent. I guess that's what everybody's shooting for, right? So what's one of the cons about that? Well, you don't have a buyer's agent because you don't have one. So you literally have nobody to help you, nobody to represent you, no one to advise you. You also likely will not get a screaming hot deal on a house because guess what? The seller wants to keep all the money. I mean, obviously, right? And you know what? That's what Joe Biden said that really needs to happen for us to fix this housing crisis, affordability crisis. Buyer's agents have to work for free, apparently.
In addition, last week, the National Association of Realtors agreed for the first time that Americans can negotiate lower commissions when they buy or sell their home. On a typical home purchase, that alone could save folks an average of $10,000 on a sale or purchase. I'm calling on realtors to follow through on lowering their commissions to protect home buyers.
So what's a better option if you do need seller assistance to help you pay for, you know, your agent? So I guess one option would be to only put offers in on homes where the seller is willing to help you do just that. So why would sellers offer to help? Because they want their home to get sold in a timely manner and for the best possible terms. That makes sense, right? So why would a seller want to pay for a buyer's agent to do that? Because it leverages market forces. It opens up the property to a much larger pool of buyers who actually could buy it. It opens up the property to hundreds and hundreds of more agents who have buyers under representation agreements who need seller concessions to pay for their agent. Could be first-time home buyers or people who have been affected by, you know, Bidenomics. Otherwise, there's only one agent who is motivated by market forces to get that home sold, and that would be the listing agent. So maybe sellers will hopefully have the thought, it's like, do I just want one agent working to find me a buyer? Or do I want thousands of agents working to find me a buyer? I guess we put it that way. Well, so another thing that for sellers who don't offer to help the buyers who actually need the help with their agent, paying for their agent, then the actual buyers that do find the property for sale, guess what they want? They want a deal. They're also not likely to be pre-qualified financially. They don't have their own agent and will make the listing agent do double duty as an unpaid buyer's agent. Oh, and did I mention they want a deal? Because you're saving all that money, they might as well split some of that money that is being saved, right? I'm sure that's what they're thinking. I say all that to say this. What's probably going to happen moving forward? Well, there's probably going to be several months as sellers change their attitudes from
ain't helping no one to dang, I need to get this house sold.
in other words, the cold reality of market forces will bring us all back to just about where we are now, with some of the paperwork and vernacular changing. I know what you're saying. You go, geez, Treasure Valley Dave, what do you got, a crystal ball? How are you so smart? No crystal ball. Just looking at where this nationwide change has happened in the past in localized areas and how that big change turned out to be a big dud.
Wow.
Also, Maureen and I, we've talked to two of the biggest builders in Idaho, and guess what? They are still going to be providing seller assistance to pay for the buyer's agent. And no, you can't bypass getting your buyer's agent and then take and pocket that extra money for yourself. That's just not the way these big builders are going to play. And for several really good reasons, market-based reasons. So if the two biggest builders in all of Idaho are going to continue to assist buyers to pay their agents, who do you think buyers are going to be attracted to, especially if they're buyers that need that assistance? And if the bigs are going to do that, do you not think that everyone else who's going to be competing against those big builders are going to be having to do the same thing to level the playing field to attract buyers to them as well? So like I said, there's going to be a transition period where buyers and sellers and agents are going to be trying to figure out all these things as, government mandates clash with market forces like they always do. I'm thinking electric cars, but we'll all be back to normal pretty much before you know it. So that big takeaway, if the big builders are going to be doing it, probably everybody else is going to be doing it at some point in some degree in very short order. So, hey, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you checking this out. I'm glad I could give you some good information so you can make better decisions going forward. So guess what? We'll see you on the next video.
Hey, thanks for stopping in and learning more about real estate in Nampa, Idaho and the Treasure Valley. If you'd like to learn more, watch this video here next or binge on this playlist. When it comes time to sell a home, buy a home, or even relocate to the Treasure Valley, your Treasure Valley Dave team is your real estate expert by your side, helping you get home.